Hi, I'm Philip Sparks.
And I'm Shan Heron from The Easiest Swing.
Today we want to talk to you about posture and how is the right way to do this, and we're going to show you the things you should and shouldn't do for your correct posture.
And why an athletic posture is the worst thing that you can possibly do for your golf swing. Yes, absolutely. We're going to show you that in this video coming up right now.
Okay, so posture. What should we be trying to concentrate on in your posture? If I just turn to the side here, I'm just going to show you the various types of posture you could have. So you could have a very relaxed posture with kind of rounded spine here like this, or you could go for the athletic posture that Shan was just talking about, which is a very exaggerated posture like this. And why would we not want to do either one of those extremes? So Shan, the athletic posture, what's the problem with the athletic posture?
Tension.
Tension. Exactly. We're going to struggle from this very exaggerated position like this to now have a relaxed swing, because we've already built a lot of tension in the lower back, and there's going to be tension in the shoulders and chest here. So we're going to really struggle.
Let's just do that right now. So Philip, in that posture, first of all, how long could you stay in that position?
Yeah, not too long.
Not too long.
Yeah.
But if you can show that position for us now. Now try this at home, honestly. Tension is the killer of golf, the killer of your golf swing. So you want to avoid tension at all costs. Now, Philip, can you share with the camera, where are you feeling tension in your body when you address the ball like this?
Well, yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it in my neck. I certainly feel it here in my chest, my shoulders, and yes, in my lower back here in particular.
In the particularly the lower back, yeah.
And because I don't normally stand like this, I can tell you the one thing I feel now as I'm standing in this position, I feel like it's going to be difficult to move, even though it's termed as this athletic position. I feel I'm going to struggle to move from here. So that's my overriding sensation is tension and a problem with moving from this position.
Let me jump in here about this athletic position, because, you know, when I was doing my golf training over 15 years ago, we were told, okay, what's the most dynamic position? Because we want to be able to move from that setup. We want to be able to turn. We want to be able to shift the weight. So what's the most dynamic posture that I can get myself into? Well, it's the athletic position. So how does a goalkeeper stand? How does a tennis player receive the serve? And yes, to begin with, that's the athletic position. So we were told this is how we need to address the ball. But if we look really, really carefully, as soon as that football penalty taker is about to kick the ball, what's the first thing the goalkeeper does? He doesn't move from this position. He moves from this position into this position and then moves. What does the tennis player who's about to receive the serve? He starts here, but then he moves into a more athletic position, a more dynamic position. So it's the same with the golf swing. We don't want to start here. We want to start much more from what looks like a more upright position, and certainly a much more relaxed position.
Yeah. And so if we go to the other extreme, so that's the one extreme of the very kind of tense and unnatural position, the athletic position, if we like to call it that, to the other extreme, which is, completely kind of sloppy and relaxed and collapsed like this. And what's the problem with this? Well, the problem with this posture is that I'm going to try and rotate my shoulders, which are going to rotate around kind of my spine like this. And I've got my hips, which now want to rotate this way. So my hips want to rotate horizontally, and my shoulders from this position want to rotate almost vertically. And the problem is, because the spine is curved, if you could see each of the vertebrae, which should be up against each other like this so they can rotate, they go into a position like this. And each of your vertebrae has two little kind of teeth on them almost. And what happens, they lock into each other when they're in that position there, and they won't rotate. So trying to get any kind of turn from this position is very, very difficult. Your spine doesn't want to move at all. It kind of locks. So the only thing you're going to be able to do from this kind of posture is either slide your hips to the side and make your shoulders turn very steep, or really the only other alternative, I suppose, is to kind of turn around the spine like that way. But that's, nobody's going to do that, I don't think. So just beware of the fact that that very kind of soft posture here is going to give you a real problem moving. Just in kind of the opposite way to this very athletic position here is also going to give you a problem moving. So if you can find that position in between the two, the one Shan showed where as he just rose up that little bit, in a slightly taller position, a little bit closer to the golf ball, then you can find a position. It's easy to move from here. It's easy to rotate. And my hips and shoulders can rotate on the same plane as each other. They don't have to go into two different planes.
Philip, you mentioned something about the distance from the golf ball there too. The athletic position, we see a lot of players standing out, but in actual fact, the really good players, the really, really good ones, stand a little bit closer to the ball.
I've noticed, sorry, just to interrupt there, Shan, I've noticed that with a medium iron, a lot of the tour players are approximately 1.5 feet away from the ball. That's where a lot of the tour players, it's just about 1.5 feet away from the ball. And that's pretty close. And a lot of club golfers you'll see like this, kind of good couple of feet and a bit more away from the ball. That's a really difficult position to move from.
Just look how much tension, you can even see it.
Yeah.
How much tension that is creating, because in actual fact, my hands, look, if I find my real athletic position, which is not here, which is more like here, and remember, we're always looking for relaxation. So my arms want to just fall, my hands want to fall naturally from the shoulders. Now, if I just want my hands to meet in the middle from this position, look where they meet.
Yeah.
Just loosen it up. Try this at home. Just loosen it up and then just let your hands meet.
Yeah.
And if you just hand me that golf club here, Philip, for a second, that's where I want to be.
And
I guess if you measure that, what you've just done,
you'll notice he has about a hand span between the front of his legs and the back of his hands there. That's a good guide, about a hand's width in between those two positions.
This is where gravity wants my hands to be. I don't want to be fighting gravity in the swing where my hands want to always find their natural position.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So have a play with those different positions. I think you'll find if you take yourself to the two extremes, that's a good starting point. You can kind of call, for sake of ease, call one 1 and the other 10. So you've got two extremes, and then work your way through and find a position. It'll be somewhere close to the middle there, somewhere around about 5, where you'll find the difference between this extreme posture like this and this collapsed posture here like this. And in between the two, as Shan showed you, there's just a nicely kind of dynamic position there, hands width between the leg and the back of your hands here, and then you're in the perfect posture to make a really easy move from there into your swing.
And just one last point that comes up. We're doing La Dance with the pretty much perfectly straight spine. Now, of course, we need to hit the golf ball that's down there. So as Philip's just been saying, let's find the middle. So if this is 10 and this is 1, or this is freezing cold and this is boiling hot, where Where is warm going to be? Pretty much about there.
So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in the next YouTube video.
Thanks for watching.